Welcome to my universe. Let's talk about habits. Habits, not the clothing worn by religious Catholic habit. Not the small hobbits, but habits. Anyway, the things you do on a regular basis over and over and over and over again. Sometimes we call them bad habits, sometimes we call them good habits. One of the things to realize is that your brain is malleable. Go look it up, go research it, go look at the studies. The brain can change and grow. It is malleable, it's elastic. It does amazing things that we can't even fully comprehend. There's still tons of science going into the brain. Your brain is malleable. You can change. You can change drastically. It just takes a little bit of motivation, effort, and wanting to. A lot of times when people are trying to change a habit that they don't like, it's considered a bad habit, they subconsciously really don't want to change it. They really like it. They don't want to change it. And so one of the biggest things with changing your habits to something that you consciously want is to find a way to want it. You actually need to want to change. Really want to change. Not just this would be good for me and everybody says that it'd be good for me and, I want to please other people, but for yourself. You have to want to change it for yourself. The other thing that people run into a lot is they remove too many habits at once. So they're like, I'm going to change me. I'm going to have good habits. I'm going to take away the top 5 worst habits I have all at once. Oh, and they're the most ridiculous ones to try and take away. Like, let's have some baby steps here. Baby steps, how about one habit? Because if you can change one habit every 3 months, or even, heck, every year, you're still farther along than if you try to change 5 habits and it doesn't work for the last 6 years. And then you change one at a time. You know what I mean? So, just give yourself some baby steps. Try one habit at a time. And then, when you're getting rid of one bad habit, don't shame and beat yourself up over your other bad habits. Like, okay, there's some habits that people do, I understand, that are horrid, and you should probably stop those immediately. If you have a meth problem, probably should stop that. I'll just stop it. Anyway, so, I'm talking about, eating too much ice cream, diet, saying a particular phrase or word over and over again. Anyway, some of the little less extensive bad habits. Where was I? Oh, trying to take away too many habits at once. Give yourself a break. And then, energy, I'm going baseline energy here, flows, right? It's in constant movement. And I'm not a physics major. I just studied here and there physics of energy and various things, but I find it very fascinating, the physics and energy as in energy, electrons moving, and psychology and thought to energy is really fascinating, all those connections to me. So I am finding that the rules or laws of the universe that we know so far, and we may be wrong in some of them, whatever, apply to the energy of thought and psychology. And it's very fascinating to me. So, whenever you remove something, you've created a void or a vacuum, and something wants to be put there. Something is going there. So if you remove a habit, something is going to replace that space that you have opened up. And if you don't make a conscious effort to determine what is going in that space, you're very likely to either put your bad habit back in that space or adopt another bad habit to take its place. So it's really important before you give up or let go or release one of your habits, it is better to find something to replace with it. For example, when I am giving up coffee in the morning, I replace it with a tea. Preferably a non-caffeinated tea, but I like yerba mate because it's light caffeine but not caffeine, and it's got a green flavor, and it's kind of still has the bitters and stuff in it. So I like yerba mate. I put yerba mate, but I don't give up all of what surrounded my habit of smoking in the morning. I would like to sit outside, drink my cup of tea, and talk to my friend. I don't have the opportunity to talk to my friend anymore. It's really a bummer, but I replaced it with cat. Okay, and I still go outside, and I still breathe, and then I replace breathing instead of smoking, so I do warrior breaths, and then instead of having coffee, I have a tea that's warm and it holds in my hand. So I've got all these wonderful things that weren't bad habits. They were just bonuses that I enjoyed having while I was enjoying my not so good habit. And I don't do this, I don't sit outside every morning and make my tea. Like, it hasn't been a really good habit of mine. I've morphed out of it because I had to go to work early, but I'll get there. I'll get back there. I like that, sitting outside in the morning, taking deep breaths, practicing your qigong, and that's where I'm going to get back to at some point. So basically, you need to replace the emptiness with something, and it's really handy to come up with something to replace that empty spot before you give up your habit. I mean, if you already gave up your habit and you want to replace that spot with something else, that's fine. So and the other thing is, what is this habit doing for you? Like, is it relaxing you? Is it helping you breathe? Is it calming your mind? Is it focusing you? Like, what are the things that really are beneficial that you are enjoying out of this bad habit? And write that down. Write it down so that you can find a way to take care of those items without having a bad habit. Yep. And remember that your brain is still a computer, and it can take some time. And if you don't believe that it can take some time, then sometimes it can happen instantaneously. It's very possible to just poof, no bad habit. But if you don't have that belief in instant reward, as far as that goes, then it is important to allow yourself the time necessary to change and allow your brain to change its physical structure. Actually, it's physically changing its structure. So, okay, that's all. I'm at work. Hi, bye. Good luck. Talk to you later. Mwah, mwah.